All right, what's going on? Welcome back. Welcome back to my Empire Pro. All right, great. Welcome back to my Empire Pro. Over here, we talk about real estate wholesaling. We talk about real estate. Let's talk about real estate. Welcome back. What is this today? Monday? Oh, okay. All right. So I don't keep track of. Yeah, it's very hard for me to keep track of time. I literally have to check every hour or so. But welcome back. Over here in my Empire Pro, we'll talk about how to close your first deal in 30 days. If you've already closed your first deal, which happens as well, happens to a lot of people, and you're having a hard time getting to your next deal, oftentimes that happens to some people. They get lucky on the first deal, and then they have to wait around for months. It's like a setup, right? So, but yeah, we're here to talk about it. Either way, how do you get to your next or first deal in the next 30 days is basically what we're about here. If we can help you get to your first deal, there's a good chance we can help you get to your next deal. And then more importantly, over time, how do you scale? Okay, how do you scale this business? How do you scale this business to a point where you don't have to get stuck like many people in this business after years? They're still stuck. They have some good months and they have some bad months, and then there's this issues with not being able to have stability, right? And if you don't have stability, those bills are going to be stable enough to chase you out of the business. Yes, even if your first deal is $82,000, like even if your first deal is $10,000, like mine, $10,000 can, let me tell you, $100,000 can only take you so far if you don't have consistency in bringing in deals. And that's what we're talking about. Shout out to all two of you watching me live, but we're just here to tape. I'm going to hear and drop something every day. Okay, but yeah, welcome. As you're coming in, please do me a favor, hit that like button and share and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because I will keep coming, and you never know what you're going to miss out if you don't show up, or if you don't at least make sure you find this video on a daily basis and watch them. Okay, but yes, we offer a free training class that's always ongoing, just in case you're not savvy in the business and you're looking to learn. There are 5 stages to the business. There's data, there's contact, there's leads, there's contract, and then there's deals, closing deals, right? And we want to partner with you. Okay, we want to make money together and stuff like that, but you need to be able to take care of the first 4 phases by yourself. If you don't know how to do that, that's what the masterclass is for. You can see the link at the top, at the bottom, everywhere. realestatemoneysecrets.com is how you attend the class. If you already know how to do the first 4 phases, which is the easiest part of the business, if you already know how to do it, then we're here to buy those deals. We're here to take those deals away from you, cut you the check. That's the source of money when the deals are closed, the last 5 stages. All right. So, but with that being said, let's talk about what's going on in the market today. There's a place I go to. You will find that I go here a lot, and I want to start reviewing them on from day to day with you. This is how I see what's going on in the market. We feel on the pulse of the market and see what's going on. All right. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and share my screen and let's dissect this article. I think there's some interesting information in there, so that we can. This is a great way for you to start to pay attention to the most important part about all of this. Listen, we're talking about making money, right? Where do you think that money is going to come from? From people, right? So if you don't know how people are responding to the market, or if you don't understand demand and supply at the basic level, yeah, it's going to hurt you eventually. Listen, after repair value, maximum allowable offer, what is the best offer to give so I can make sure I secure a deal? Why is it that some hedge fund managers are coming into the marketplace and buying houses at 105, 110% of what it's worth today? Why, right? Those are when we start covering some of this news material in real time, you will have a better understanding of why they do such things. Okay, so you should be able to see on my screen right now this article. I'm gonna dive in through it together with you so we can have something to work with today. Again, the links to all our resources, our training resources, are available on the screen. Also on the homepage of this YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, my Empire Pro, you will find access to the free course. It's a 7-part free course. Again, if you need help to get through the first 4 phases and learn how to bring contract. The contract is essentially what you're flipping to money. All right, but you need to learn how to do that on your own. We have more than enough resources to help you if you're getting started, or if you're feeling stuck, or if you feel like maybe what you know is outdated and things like that. But anyway, we have all of that available. But let's talk about this. This was published on just 4 days ago. It was Friday. It was Thursday. Housing market update. Demand outpaces limited supply, making some market feel hot despite few sales. All right, so just in that alone, you can see there's multiple moving variables. The demand, the supply. There is, there's few sales, right? So despite few sales, well, sales is essentially a product of demand and supply, okay? And of course, a few other factors that we probably should pay attention to, that you should continue to pay attention to. Things like, what is the cost of money? How much does a dollar cost right now, right? What is interest rate, right? How much is it costing you to have a dollar retained in your pocket for every day, every month, every year, right? What does it cost? Every time you look around, you look at that $1. Is it worth the same thing, right? What is the purchasing power of $1 1 year apart, right? Those are some of the things that you might not know, but it affects everything, right? Interest rate is everything, okay? But let's look at this article right here. Limited new listings are making it feel like a seller's market in some parts of the US, even though sales are down by double digits. Sales are down, but again, sales is a product of everything else. So I'm usually more concerned about do we have oversupply? Do we have over demand, right? Those are things I pay attention to. In terms of what the actual sales is, I can see what the sales are. I want to understand why the sales. I want to know what created the sales. Okay, why would you need to know that as a wholesaler? Because again, wholesaler, while it doesn't matter what kind of market you're in, because after all, you're going to make offers based off of what's going on in the market, right? So you need to understand what's going on in the market. You need to understand at a deeper level. Over time, you don't have to rush yourself into it, okay? But at a deeper level, you need to understand what's going on, okay? So again, sales is the after effect, okay? But we need to understand in terms of what's the supply, right? Okay. If there's limited listings, usually that means the buyers that are coming into the market, they have to compete for those listings, right? So that increases price if everything else were equal, right? But again, there's more to it, right? So let's keep going here. But some markets are still feel cool with for sale homes lingering in the market. Well, if houses are staying too long on the market, what does that tell us? If these houses are hanging out way too long on the market, what does that tell you? That means they're not hot. They're not desirable. Maybe there's no money. Maybe the interest rates spiking. Maybe it's costing. Maybe people are looking and saying maybe the interest is going to come back down, right? So again, there's a lot of variables there, but over time you will continue to understand. As wholesalers here, we just look at comparables, right? We look at what is the average sale of similar houses, comparable houses in the past 3 months to 6 months, right? If the market is bad, right? As in, like, if it's costing way too much to get money, right? In terms of everything, energy and actual dollars, right? If it's costing us too much to get access to money, just the market in general, then you can expect that, it's houses going to linger on the market, right? right? But so sometimes people will be like, okay, maybe the interest is going to come down. If there's no stability, right? So we have to look a little bit closer to the present time. So let me give you an example, right? So let's say there's a house, a subject property that we're looking to see what the value is worth in a stable marketplace. 6 months comparables to a year, right? 6 months is quite a long time ago, but the market is stable, right? So we can look at comparables of sales within the last 6 months and say, property are worth about $300,000. It's safe to say it's probably still worth about $300,000. You average a few different types of properties, listed properties and properties that are recently sold, right? But if the market is not stable, we need to be closer to the present time, to this moment as much as possible. So why? Because first of all, the banks that are going to lend you money are going to be looking at the most recent sales, as most recent as possible, right? So as closest to this moment as possible. They're not going to accept a sales that happened a year or beyond that. They're not going to accept. They're going to be like, well, the market is unstable. Like the market is not good, right? Money is expensive, right? Obviously, there's no demand because money is expensive. People are panicking. There's fear in the marketplace. Those are some of the factors that you will start to pay attention to, and to give you a better understanding of why the wholesalers will continue to win in this game. Because at the end of the day, it's about understanding the marketplace. So if you end up locking a house on the property, under contract, and then and then your investor says, no, that property is not worth your comparables are too old, then you will understand where they're coming from. Okay, so right now there's a lot of news around commercial real estate, regional banks crashing, and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of speculation around that. As much as you might want to say that's speculation, emotions are real and they reflect as numbers in the marketplace. So those are some of the things you want to pay attention to. Let me read a little bit into this a little bit more. If it feels like there aren't enough homes on the market for the people who want to buy one, it's because they aren't. Even though elevated mortgage rates, the cost of money, right, continue to dampen. If money costs money, it costs more money to, you get the gist, right? So who's the winner? The people that have cash or the people that need cash, right? Either way, it's going to make the market struggle, right? Continue to dampen home buying demand. What is that? Elevated. The higher the mortgage rates, the higher, the lower home buying demand will be, because this majority of people that are trying to buy a home, they're trying to use a mortgage. If the interest rate of those mortgages are higher, that's going to create a lower home buying demand. How does that affect you as a wholesaler, right? How does that affect you? You might have to be a little bit more stringent on your offers, right? But again, what happens if you miscalculate? You can always renegotiate, right? We'll talk about that in the class. Low inventory, that's low demand, right? Low supply, basic economics. Low inventory means the homes that are for sale are going fast. Okay, when there's lower supply, right, it can affect two things. It affects price points, right? Higher prices. But what happens when that meets lower demand because of higher mortgage rates? Just think about that for a second, right? Again, it's never just two variables, right? There's demand and supply. There's rate, how much money costs, right? Okay, and there's something here. Means the homes that are for sale are going fast in some parts of the country. Okay, the ones that are available are going fast. Okay, so it's lower supply, but then again, there's cost of money. Okay. The pool of homes available to buyers is shrinking quickly. Okay, lower supply. That typically is supposed to create higher prices. Higher prices plus higher mortgage rates. That's not looking good, right? Okay. But how does that affect you? Just awareness. Okay, the market is going to get dampened But for you, that you're always in a position where you're able to make an offer or renegotiate offer based off of what the market is telling you. Okay, if you already bought this house and you're kind of stuck with it, that's going to be a struggle because you have a lot at stake. But again, if you already have a house and you know how to wholesale and you know how to capture better deals, right, then you have an opportunity to offset your existing portfolio. So again, wholesaling is makes you win regardless, right? You're able to offset your portfolio, or you're able to, you haven't touched anything. You're paying attention to what the market says and using that when it's time for you to decide how much to put your offers at, right? And you're not that surprised if your investor, your end cash buyer comes to you and says, hey, yeah, that's too much. I can't pay that much for the house. Like, and then you speak to two other buyers and they're like, yeah, that's too much. Are you paying attention to the market? You're not hit with a surprise. You're like, okay, I have to approach my seller. After all, they're motivated seller, because you should only be dealing with motivated sellers, right? Only. And when I say motivated sellers, I mean motivated sellers. Okay? You should only be dealing with motivated sellers and no one else. So you're able to reapproach them and say, hey, I know we set the price at this, but there's a lot going on in the market, and I want to make sure I re-engage you and let you know what's possible for us so we can help you get rid of the property. You should only be dealing with motivated sellers that are desperate enough to want to get rid of a property. If they think they have options to exercise outside of working with you as an investor, it's always okay to say, hey, if you find another way to get rid of the property faster, please, that's fine. My job here is to help you get rid of it, and this is the amount I can pay for it, and my investors are, this is what we can do, right? All of that can happen within your inspection time, so your inspection period. So you don't have to worry about, but what if I can't do it? See, the truth is that if you keep learning the market, you will miss your target less and less, right? In terms of what's the right offer to make, so you never have to do that, right? So you have to understand the market. All right, so let's keep going here. The pool of homes available to buyers is shrinking quickly, mainly because new listings are scarce. New listings fell 21.8% from a year earlier nationwide during the 4 weeks ending April 2nd. Well, think about it this way. If people over the past few years were able to lock in lower rates, and they bought a house, they bought a home, they got a project going on at a very low rate, there's a good chance they're not willing to sell to go buy what? With what new mortgage rates, right? Higher mortgage rate. That sector of the market would not want to sell because the rates are not looking good right now because there's elevated mortgage rates, right? One of the biggest drops since the start of the epidemic, right? So no one is willing to list their house because I'm locked in on 30 years of low rates, right? Contributing to an unseasonally early spring decline in the total number of homes for sale. Many homeowners are staying put because they are unwilling to give up their low mortgage rate. See, that's what I just said. Okay. Although average 30-year mortgage rates posted their fourth straight decline, yes, because the decline in mortgage rates were only in the past few years, right? And we're talking about 30 years mortgages. So it's still good when you consider the last 30 years. But then again, there's this threats of this crisis, this recession coming, right? My first business crashed with 2008. So I can tell you hands-on why people are looking at this and like, yeah, 6.8 compared to 3-4%, that's a lot. That makes a lot of difference in terms of the cost of projects, the cost of holding on to this mortgage for the next God knows how long before I can refinance again. Unless people are desperate enough, the demand needs to be high enough, basically. That's more than double the sub 3% rates common in 2021. Just 2021, which is what? 2 years ago as compared to 30 years, right? It's just math. And again, if you keep listening to more and more of this, it will make sense to you. All right. All right, all right. Yeah, let me see. All right, great. Let's keep going here. Buyers are snapping up the homes that do hit the market fast. Okay, so the few buyers, there's still enough buyers to snap up the homes, you know. But again, we also know that the rates are getting into that space where people are starting to like, maybe I shouldn't buy right now. Maybe I should relax, right? Of the homes going under contract, nearly half are doing so within 2 weeks. So houses in this particular markets, not all markets of the United States, just so you know, houses they're going under contract in 2 weeks. So what does that tell you? The demand is still higher than the supply. To the extent that the spiking mortgage rates is not affecting it yet. That's what it's saying. Okay, so there's still buyers. All right, but there's low supply. Right now, if you help, if you're as a wholesaler able to help our investors put some more houses on the market, these are investors. They don't have to stay in some crazy mortgage for 30 years. In fact, they want to exit because they just fixed up this house. They're looking to flip it, right? If you get in this market and help these people put some more houses on the market, just think about what this means for them. Their properties are able to go under contract in 2 weeks, okay? In certain parts of the country, okay? But this is still good news across the board. That's up from about 1 quarter at the start of the year, an unusually quick winter increase. It will take 2 to 8 months for today's supply of for sale homes to sell at home buyers' current consumption rates. Right? 2 to 8 months, right? In some markets, in some climates, houses will sit on the market for 6 months to 1 year. If you're able to have a turnaround, you list a house on the market in less than 3 months it sells, especially if you know upfront, that's a good thing. The shortest time since September, that's a sharp drop from the 3-year high of 4.5 months in late January. So just 2 months ago, it was 4.5 months average. And it marks the fastest winter decline in months of supply since at least 2015. In percentage term, it's up from a near record low of 1.9 months a year ago. Okay. Still pending home sales are down 19% year over year, nearly as much as new listings. That's partly because home buying demand is lower. So home buying demand is lower, but the supply is so low, they're still moving, right? Than it was last year, and partly because so few homes are hitting the market. So again, what are the factors we're looking at here? What are the factors we're looking at? Again, pay attention to mortgage rates. So you start paying attention to mortgage rates. Pay attention to demand. Okay. Mortgage rates does affect demand, but has it affected it enough to the point that no one is in the market looking to buy, to the point that there's so much supply and these houses are sitting on the market for too long? What he's saying right now is that these houses are moving at less than 3 months, right? What he's saying right now is there's room for investors to get into new deals as long as they buy right, right? They're able to lock in a good deal and be able to flip that house in record time. There's opportunity right now. But here's the thing, as a wholesaler, there's always opportunity in understanding the marketplace, as long as it's about buying it right based off of the marketplace. In certain climates, you use 3-month comps. In other climates, you use 6-month comps. How do I know that? Because I went through that, right? There was 1.6 months comparables. The bank is giving you money. How the deals are closing, right? In another climate, which completely hit me with like a ton of bricks in like 3 years into the business, the banks were like, we can't use those comps. They're too, I need comps that are 60 days preferably, but I can still take 90 days. And there's less and less sales in the marketplace, recorded sales. Tons of houses listed on the house, they're staying on the market forever. Some of those houses were listed on the house for 3-4 years, right? Because no buyer was buying them. Not because people didn't want to buy, because there was no money, right? There was no money. The bank were not giving away easy money. So these are some of the things you want to pay attention to over time. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, I just want to invite you again. I'll invite you to partner with us. If you have deals, if you're a wholesaler, you have deals that are locked under contract, the numbers has to be right, like I said, right? But feel free to submit. We'll review it. You can submit it to my empirepro.com/submit. Okay. Oh, by the way, on these sessions, you can always drop questions and I'll be willing to answer you live when I'm live, or you can drop it later too. I'll answer it on my next session. But hey, feel free to, if you want to partner with us, submit your deals to myempirepro.com/submit. We have buyers ready to go looking for good deals. Why? For the obvious reason I just gave you. There's opportunity in the marketplace for them. That means opportunity for you to close a deal, make a quick 10 grand, 15 grand, 30 grand, or my experience, $82,000 for one single deal. I haven't been able to beat that in years. Okay. This happened in 2006. So I'm just letting you know it's possible, right? But averaging $25,000, $30,000 per deal, $15,000 per deal, absolutely doable from one deal. But you have to know how to find deals. You have to know how to find deals. If you know how to find deals already, submit your deal to that link. If you don't know how to find deals already, you can use this link right here. It's a free masterclass, okay? Plus 3 free books, realestatemoneysecrets.com, okay? To submit your deals by empirepro.com/submit. Go check out some of the blog posts that we just released as well. myempirepro.com/blog. But anyway, this free masterclass, also there's a free course on the homepage on how to get from data to contracts. If you have contracts, we want to take those deals away from you and help you close deals faster. We'll facilitate the whole thing, getting it done, closed. You just pick up a check or get your money wired to you. So we're looking for deals right now. That's what we're talking about, okay? But you need to know how to generate contracts. You can generate contract and you're good to go. So again, free masterclass, 3 free books up there for free at realestatemoneysecret.com. And then let me see what else am I missing here. Okay, so secure your seat, but as you're leaving, thank you so much for being here. Whether you're watching me broadcast or rebroadcast, it doesn't matter, same thing. I'll be back here tomorrow sharing some more stuff, so like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.